The two people elected to Greenlight Pod Powers of Authority are Kyle Long and Matt Kingston.
Oh my God!
Yes!
Is that legal for them to be romantically involved?
We're gonna have so much fun.
I mean, that's a wild result.
I like it. We got a strong Department of Defense. Nobody's.
But we now need to determine who's president, who's vice president. So how do we do that?
I am resigning and giving it to Kyle.
Okay.
I think Kyle's president.
I accept that.
Make, we're gonna get political today. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off.
You'll hear from
Not really.
all sides. Not both sides, it's all sides.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, no, we're just fucking around. We're not really going to get political, but we're going to talk about politics without getting political. We're going to hold a green light election.
Yep.
And then and then some other stuff having to do with
politics.
Yep, that's right. But not really though. we're gonna do some attack ads. We're doing attack ads. We're going to attack other podcasts. If they were running for president, we would attack them.
Yeah, I'm glad that there are no other podcasts running for president. I mean, who
would actually make good president in the media?
I mean, is it a podcast? Rich Eisen. I'd love to see President Rich Eisen.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
Yeah.
I absolutely could. That's a pretty good one.
Thanks.
I would like to see Stephen A. Smith address a media pool. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. With respect, I probably wouldn't watch those like I don't watch whatever the hell show he's on, First Take or Undisputed or whatever it is. It kind of feels like our parents just left.
Yeah, we're alone in here.
There are no producers in here.
There's no producers. They just left.
Man.
They're tired of us. Okay, so we're going to talk about the NFL today. We're going to talk about the NFL and a little, messing around on the back end. We just did Thursday Night Time Machine Make, and I think the NFL is so bad at the primetime shit that they blew their load on the Atlanta-Carolina matchup in the first matchup. There's no way the game's as good. Like, they probably didn't even get the right one, They got the wrong
for sure
Falcons-Panthers game.
That was the DJ Moore game.
It's going to be probably a shit show.
And I don't know if it's a losing of the fastball situation or total disinterest, but Al Michaels is not Al Michaels on Thursday nights. I mean, player ID is not going well, yardage gained, balls out, balls not out. Not much chemistry with Kirk, or so it seems. It's just it's kind of a rough ride on Thursday nights, and yet we watch every second.
The only thing, back in the chow line. The only thing about it is, like, and maybe Reed, this, but I can't rewind on Prime.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
It's difficult to find, difficult to use.
Well, you got to bump out of it if you want to.
I do. To be fair, it's a great, like, the pregame halftime crew. I really enjoy them. The games haven't been great. Like, if these are great games, maybe we're not even bringing these complaints to light. I mean, you probably beg to differ on Al Michaels. I think you can tell.
Al needs to step it up a little bit. But his ball,
Yeah, it's ball.
You put Deontay Foreman on a football field, I'm there for 60 minutes.
No question.
You put Tyler Algier spelling Cordero Patterson on a football field, I'm watching that 7 days out of the week.
Okay, weather.
Rain, Charlotte, North Carolina.
You were talking about the weather. Let's see.
I'm watching
weather,
that
Charlotte, 66%. No, 100% chance of rain.
Bro,
it's 66 degrees. So it's wet down there, huh?
Not cold, but it's wet.
But wet doesn't mean lower totals.
Right.
So I'm just hoping. This is Thursday Night Time Machine's bleeding into the podcast here.
The defense doesn't know where it's going either,
Well, yeah.
And still bad.
Yeah, and you could have some turnovers, some short fields, some missed tackles, some people slipping around.
And yet I need it to go, yeah.
This is a rare natural grass football experience.
Amen.
So I can't wait to watch it. We were going to do some midseason awards because I know you haven't heard any of those given out on any of the other podcasts that you listen to.
Hey, it's the time to do it. They're 18 weeks now, and we're past 9.
It's so weird, man.
17 games, it's hard to say halfway. You can't do it. Can't split that baby in two. But with weeks-wise, we're at the midway point.
No question.
Where do you want to start?
MVP.
MVP. Okay. All right. I think it's Josh Allen.
You do.
Now, Jalen Hurts makes a hell of an argument. They are the only unbeaten team in the NFL. But Josh Allen just accounts for so much of that offense. I think We're probably going to see what they look like without him, and it's probably not going to be too pretty. I know you're hoping it's not going to be too
God, I hope
pretty.
not. Yeah. For the people that didn't listen to the Stanford Steve show, the minute it sounded like, and, to a player, it sounded like Josh wasn't going. I put like a sedan, I would put this the right way, like a sedan you would buy in somebody's yard. On
a used sedan.
Yeah, like a used, the capital U.
Yeah.
Used sedan on the Minnesota Vikings getting 6. Now that line's down to like 3.5 as we sit here and tape. And I don't know, the announcements come out yet, but Josh isn't going to play. There's no way. Vegas is saying it. The whole thing. We will see what the Bills are like without him. I think that they have a high floor because of Case Keenum, right? He's a guy. He was 2-0 last year.
Yeah, no problems with Case, but there's not much of a running game to speak of. Like the backup in Philly is Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
If you told me Minshew had to play a game, I'd be like, all right. I mean, they're just so good on both sides of the line that I think Josh means a bit more to his squad than Jalen does to his.
Now I'll say this, like they haven't been winning the same way that they won in the past. I mean, there were a couple games where they just boat race people, but I don't feel like, the shootouts haven't happened this year. Like
That's right.
The Bills schedule. Let me look at the Bills schedule here.
They're plus 102 in point differential through 8 games.
Yeah, because of like the Steelers game.
That's good enough for best in the league by a mile.
And the Titans game. So they boat raced them. They boat raced the Rams. They lost to the Dolphins, so that was one where a lot of people were banged up. But the defense has won them a couple games here. The Bills, Ravens, Josh wasn't the star of that I mean, he was the star offensively because what you say is true. Like there's so much of that offense is him running the football. It's a threat of quarterback run game. It's, like they're not really – you take Stephon Diggs off that field, it's way different.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not making an excuse for the guy. He's got to throw the fucking ball away. But, Bills, Chiefs, 24-20, Packers, 27-17. They haven't – and they just lost this last game, 20-17. So it's not like their offense has been great. And I'm about to give you my pick, and you can make the same argument. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes has endured the most change. You watch that game Sunday night against the Titans, in much the same way that you described Josh Allen, there's no way they win that football game without him. I mean, with his legs, with his arm, they could not run the ball. I think he's working with a little bit less offensively. He doesn't have a Stephon Diggs. He's got Kelsey, but, I mean, I'm not as impressed with his weapons. Am I wrong?
No.
It depends on what you think of Gabe Davis.
Right. Think highly of him. They're throwing a lot at Patrick Mahomes, but it's not all Pacheco, Edwards-Helaire. They have their moments. Jet McKinnon, the receivers, Juju, MVS, Hardman, now Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore. It's not that Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they're just spraying wide and hoping some guys are productive outside of Travis.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Teams can take Travis away. I mean, it's hard to do, but you could decide to take Travis away. I don't know. I got Patrick. I think Josh is perfectly fine fit. And Jalen Hurts, he's right there. So somebody listens what the fuck? Why not Jalen? Listen, do you want to win MVP or the Super Bowl? What's more important to you? Because right now they're playing like the best team in the league.
And we might see Patrick and Josh in that AFC title game.
Yep. I'll give you a like a hipster MVP, and I guess this is what the offensive player of the year is.
Justin Tucker.
Ooh. How about Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
Going to go for 2,000 yards, the whole thing. He's my offensive player of the year. I mean,
ditto.
It's hard to argue with that.
I can't believe he could have the best season for a receiver ever. And it's him. It's him.
He is him.
He is him.
Yeah.
And Tua's great. And Tua can indeed get the ball to him.
No question.
But the way he moves eyeballs, even pre-snap, everybody's aware of that guy. And he still gets open.
It's multiplied by having Waddle.
Yep.
And I think Mike is, he's not going to get the, what? Maybe he should be coach of the year.
Yeah. I think he's in the conversation.
Honestly, he should be in the conversation.
Yep.
Okay. So defensive player of the year. This is one I can't really decide on, man.
Is it 2 guys?
Yeah.
Is it Parsons and
Bosa?
And Bosa.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a hipster, write-in of Zadarius Smith, and I had given out Danielle Hunter.
Yeah.
Before the season, I thought he might be the beneficiary a little bit of Zadarius, but honestly, Zadarius is the guy with the stats this year. And when you watch his tape, he's so disruptive and he moves all up and down that line. And he's right up there with the guys you're talking about. It's not Judon for me.
Yeah.
46 pressures for Za'Darius, first in the NFL. Real close, 8 sacks to that sack leader who is in New England, Matthew Judon, with 11.5. Micah is 39 pressures.
Yep.
I've got a hipster pick for you.
Go ahead.
And it might be colored by the fact that I watched him on every snap because I needed Mike Williams to catch freaking football that one night. But PS2, man, your guy in Denver. He
shut down corner.
Looks to be the real deal.
Yeah.
He does.
I mean, he's not affecting games like Micah Parsons, but...
And everyone's favorite number 2, he's allowing 4 yards a target, second in the league, and 0.6 yards per snap. That's third best.
And it's not flashy. Like, Diggs is more boom or bust. Like, he's just really seems to be a lockdown corner.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, like, Darrelle Revis, when they height of their powers, Revis, Asamoah kind of fell off a bit there.
Yeah.
But, like, just professional corners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got
And
you.
there's this: no defense in NFL history has allowed less than 9 yards a completion over the full course of a season. The Broncos, through 8 games, are allowing 8.5.
Get that offense clicking, Cowboy.
That's right. Hey, wrist plays on the wrist, right?
Wristband.
Wristbands.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
Changed the whole
wristbands
season.
are kind of fucking annoying. I think what's changing the whole season is Geno's playing well. Just that simple. Running the offense, he's working the middle of the field. He's throwing people open.
And he knows what the play is because he's looking down at his wrist.
But yeah, I guess the wristband thing, it seems a little petty.
You don't think there was one time where Russ was like, oh.
I'm sure, but like, you know, I was kind of like, oh, fuck a wristband. But that's different because a D lineman, like, you know, if you have a wristband as a D line, that means, and I guess it's much the same. It's like, as a D lineman, I didn't want 8-10 preset games because that means inherently, if you have a wristband, that means you're running a lot of shit. You know, and some really good players, I'm not counting myself in that, but I'm saying, like, say Aaron Rodgers likes his offense simple.
Yep.
Which is not working right now because of the players they have on the field. You know, he at least needs some competitive guys around him, but maybe Russ wanted to play backyard ball. And yeah, there is something to running the offense. You're right.
How many D linemen wear wristbands?
I don't know, but I did not like it when a new D-line coach came in and was like, hey, we're going to go to wristbands. Usually,
in St. Louis?
Yeah, we were threatened sometimes. No, Waffle didn't have us on a wristband. We had 3 calls, bro.
Go.
Heat, hot. It was heat and hot. I used to get them mixed up.
You needed the wristband.
No, yeah.
Warm them up.
I'm just joking.
Heat them up.
On third down, we had 2-3 calls, you know, like, because when you had that front, it's like, just go. Yep. You know, but on first and second down, Greg had a complex defense where there was reducing. I'd have to go down inside. There was a lot of edge pressure. There were a lot of little rules, but like on third down, keep it fucking simple. And I think some players like it simple. They don't want to feel micromanaged. And usually D-line coaches are going to threaten a wristband. Like they're going to be like, I'll put you motherfuckers on wristbands, dude. You know, like, oh, you guys can't run the defense. I'll put you. You guys can't get your rush lanes right. I'll put you motherfuckers on wristbands.
The San Francisco 49ers, most of their defense wears wristbands. Nick Bosa, D Ford, a couple of those guys on that side of the ball are all wristbanded
the wristband
up.
guys,
Doesn't help with the fit.
No, it doesn't. It hurts the fit. That's the problem. And the general feeling of like, oh, coach is going to hold up number 3 and I got to run like a 3-man game.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I'm going to stick with Dameon Pierce. I really am. I mean, like, would have been Breece Hall probably, but he's hurt. I know people are going to say Kenneth Walker. You know, running back has not received a vote since 2019. Josh Jacobs and Miles Sanders. But Pierce has 403 yards after contact. That's third in the league. He's getting 2.7 per after contact, same as Derrick Henry, and leads the league in broken tackles. Walker has 7 broken tackles, if you're going to say Kenneth Walker. In my opinion, I'm going with Dameon Pierce.
And there was a lot of Rashad Penny there for Kenneth Walker to begin.
Yeah.
But that Thursday night against Philly was the first time I've watched every single one of Dameon Pierce's snaps. It was crazy, dude.
He's insane.
He gets lost in the sauce in the middle there and is always falling forward. He's always keeping his balance. He's a really impressive runner.
He's fun, dude.
And not afraid of contact. He's really good. He's really good. I will say Kenneth Walker,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's so dynamic. It's like the Saquon jump cutting.
And their team's good.
Their team's good.
Which is another reason why I think I'm counting that against Kenneth Walker in this situation in a weird way, because I'm kind of like, Dameon Pierce is it.
Yep.
Like Philly was like, we're going to load the box. I don't know what the box, what the stacked box count was, but they know, hey, and maybe that's why Davis Mills had a decent night against the Eagles, but like Dameon Pierce did too.
Right, and Kenneth Walker's getting a full extra yard before contact. The Seattle offensive line is giving him a lot more.
That's the only thing for me.
Pierce is getting hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Ty goes for me to the guy who's overcoming more, but I know that's also not how they necessarily do this stuff. So
now Kenneth Walker, he had 15 carries for 58 yards in the first 4 games, so he's been on a heater the last 5.
No question,
now,
fresh legs.
Fresh legs, and his kind of stock's going up, but you'll see if Dameon Pierce can keep it through the whole season.
He's going to really help them down the stretch because of that, because he hasn't incurred the same mileage that Dameon Pierce. If they run him like this for his whole career, like, enjoy it.
He's probably going to run the Texans to a field goal game in New York this weekend, and you're going to win your Texans
Well, because
back.
thank God you conceded, because I was like, damn, that does sound good.
Well, it sounds a lot better at 6.5 on Wednesday than 4.5 on Friday here, but fuck it indeed.
Yep.
Hey, Chris Olave, just a Garrett Wilson too. They're good.
They're really good.
If the receiver feels like such a crapshoot in that first round, Olave is really good. Really good.
So many good ones this year.
Yep. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. I guess I didn't. Sauce Gardner. It's Sauce Gardner.
I'm gonna go with Ahmad Gardner.
Yeah. How many corners since 2000 won this award? Take a guess.
Since when? 2000.
How many corners?
22 years. I'll say 2.
Yep, 2. Exactly right. So it was Lattimore and
Diggs.
Peters.
Wow.
Marcus Peters. So did Diggs win it last year?
Nope, Micah Parsons.
Yeah, okay. So to have a corner so good that it's just kind of like, and you might give a different answer, but
Nah.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, it's him.
I mean, he changes everything for that defense. Everything. It's such an important, I rave about how important having a lockdown corner is. And, like Diggs got at him last week, but it's all good. He's going to have more big tests to come, and he can really prove this out the rest of the year. He also wasn't on Diggs a lot last week, I don't think.
He just let that first
one.
kind of 40-yard ball go by him. And coming into that game, Sauce hadn't allowed more than 3 catches or 20 yards as his nearest defender.
Yep. He's been good.
And we'll mention Tariq Woolen in Seattle.
Yes, hell yeah.
We are a Tariq Woolen Stam podcast.
Stam podcast.
Darren Browning, Tariq Woolen, others. I'm kind of wondering what the fuck Brian Edwards is doing these days.
Yeah.
That was one of our early.
It's a good callback.
Yeah.
He is Atlanta Falcons. He got traded, I think, earlier this year from the Raiders to the Falcons.
Hope he's lighting it on fire. I keep waiting.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, comeback player of the year next year. Defensive
3 catches for 15 yards.
Yeah, well,
season.
You know what you're going to get. 2018, week 10, like comparing, Dameon Pierce and them. This is the 3-headed monster race. Barkley at this point was 131 attempts for 586 yards. Chubb was 94 attempts for 579 yards. And Lindsey was 110 for 591. Chubb had a big old yards per carry. And they all had 3 to 5 touchdowns. So it's just interesting looking back at that. Where is Dameon Pierce right now in total yardage?
678 rushing yards, 98 receiving yards, 776.
What's his yards per carry? Does he have
4.6 yards per carry?
So he's right on there with Saquon. He's right on there with, Chubb. Chubb was 6.2 yards
Kenneth
per pop.
Walker, right now, 111 carries, 570 yards. That was almost identical to the yardage and carries that Philip Lindsay had halfway through the season in 2018 that you read off.
Yeah. So
shout out Philip Lindsay. Wonderful career in Denver.
Yeah.
Didn't pan out the best way, but came out with 2,000-yard seasons.
Had a pretty magical run.
Didn't waste a dime in rent.
No.
Slept
That's
in
right.
The in the basement.
Yep.
Running backs, you can get them wherever, whenever, yeah. But if Dameon Pierce is the offensive rookie of the year, that's pick 107 in the draft.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where. But I wonder if the success of these guys this year will drive the price up next year. Now, we just had it in 2018 where you had 3 really good rookie running backs.
That's true.
And you wonder if any of them are going to be Phillip Lindsay, where it's like there's a bit of a regression to the mean after the rookie year. That happens with young backs sometimes. But
I think you'll always see the bad team, the Houston. You're taking the chance in the 4th round, not the first on a running back, which is where Pierce went. Kenneth Walker was 2nd round. When kind of a highly derided pick like Seattle, you need help everywhere, and you're taking another running back.
Well, there was also the confirmation bias that they suck at picking people.
Yeah,
but they were doing things a little differently now. So good pick, good draft class, one of the best.
Really good. They have 2 stud offensive linemen, late rounders.
Yep, comeback player of the year. Damn.
Geno Smith.
Geno. Geno. By the way, Geno and the Seahawks going to Germany to play the Bucks. And Geno was on a hotel. He was like a big mural on a hotel.
Oh.
We're in Germany. NFL's coming. Yeah. Well, people were like, well, what about Tom Brady? I'm like, man, this is 2022.
Yeah.
The Hawks are cooking. And the Hawks are the 2nd most popular team in Germany. Which is interesting. I guess the Patriots are first, so it makes sense. If there's a bunch of young fans that saw that Legion of Boom run, they would be pretty popular. Now, it's kind of surreal to think that Tom Brady's going to Germany and he's not getting on the side of the hotel, but here we are. And the Pats.
Well, was there a Bucks representative?
The Bucks.
Or there was just one.
I think it was just one.
Wow.
Yeah, and the Bucks are favored, which doesn't make a lot of sense, I guess, but the defense played hard last week and some flashes of promise with the Bucks. I just felt like sometimes if you're the Bucks and you can't run the ball, I heard Todd Bowles was going to run the ball last week. We're going to run the fucking ball. What's the net of that? Spread it out and just fucking go.
Yeah.
Just go like you're in 2-minute drill.
Right. Maybe throw it to run it, not the other way around.
Throw it to run it. I'm just trying to shake it up here. If I'm Todd Bowles and walking in we're gonna run the ball 5 times this game. Tom, ice up.
Tampa Bay 10th in team DVOA if you're into that sort of thing. 10th.
Yeah, so
the computers like them.
Maybe the computers are not real good at this.
Yeah.
Now you guys
down year for the computers.
You guys were pretty unanimous in Geno Smith. With no love for Saquon.
Yeah,
Saquon,
for sure.
He peaked too early. Reed peaked too early. He was too magnificent too early, and the Giants are on a bye, and Geno's on the side of a hotel.
The cool thing about Geno is this award usually goes to somebody who's had a massive injury, and this is just Geno being not a good quarterback.
Yeah,
since West Virginia, pretty much.
And now he's a great quarterback.
Yeah,
that's a cool comeback player of the year.
It tricks your mind, man. You're like, how?
Yeah,
this was in there.
And we talked about it. He had the Zaven Collins pick 6, and it's like, it's Geno, and bounce right back at it.
12 of 13.
Awesome.
Afterwards,
not so
and
awesome.
You saw that in Hard Knocks last night. The Cardinals, they were all excited after that pick and couldn't bring it back.
I'm excited to see Tariq Woolen and Mike Evans.
Yeah,
2 big bodies battling out there. Hopkins had 36 yards receiving after he had 200 the last 2 games last week. So, I know Woolen wasn't on Hopkins the whole time, but he showed up in some spots. So I'm looking forward to that matchup in Germany. And then what's the sneaky best game of the week? Look at the slate real quick. I'm going to ask you about a couple games this week, and then we'll get on to the politics.
And I'm going to ask you about a couple games, too. I don't want to miss Coach of the Year because I think that's the most
Coach of the Year.
Exciting award with no bad answers.
Yeah.
No bad answers.
Yeah.
And the one that you guys were preseason all over. Coach of the Year, Macon, Kevin O'Connell.
Thank you.
Chris, Nick Sirianni.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are we,
the 2
15 and 1?
Yeah, they're fucking pretty good.
But that's not my answer. Neither one of those cats.
Is it Brian Dable or is it Mike McDaniel?
Neither. Dable number 2. Daniel in the conversation. Sala in the conversation.
Oh, Pete Carroll.
It's Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, man. That's a good pick.
Thought they'd be 2-15.
That's a good pick. I'm thinking with my wallet here. I'm hoping Nick Sirianni wins Coach of the Year. Maybe that's who I'm picking.
He's got a good shot.
Because I put a couple hundo down on Nick Sirianni to win that whole damn thing, and that's juicy.
Good for you. Well, yeah. I mean, the Seahawks probably aren't going to go 13-4. So you got a good bet.
I like that. I like Pete Carroll. It's also like comeback Coach of the Year.
Right.
Yeah.
Dable would be number 2 for me.
Yeah. The Giants one of the best teams against the spread this year, I think. And, so that's kind of one thing I looked at was like, some of these coaches, how are they doing against expectation? The Chargers have an above 500 record against the spread this year. Just does not feel like that's the case, nor does it feel like they're above 500.
Did you ask me the most exciting game this week?
Yeah, no, low key, sneaky best game.
Sneaky best game.
I think Colts Raiders might be kind of fun. You've got Saturday,
it's interesting.
His first game.
You're right.
And McDaniels, who almost caused a Twitter controversy the other day because a fake Adam Schefter verified account tweeted out that he had been fired. And everyone that got 10,000 retweets.
Yeah, how's that going, Elon?
Realized.
Wait till we get the blue checks out here. It's gonna be real hard.
I was wondering if I get about $8 a month onto the contract. Sneaky Dallas Green Bay. Maybe not sneaky because they're two high profile teams, but is Green Bay dead? Aaron Rodgers at home? Who's healthy?
That's why I almost picked him, because I'm not saying that Green Bay it's stinky like high heaven. I'm not saying it's roadkill, but 5 points. They just lost to the Lions. They've lost to they've lost to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's taking turns. Yeah.
And Dallas just scored 49 points, but it's not going to happen.
So the Lions and the Bears are going to be we are not far removed from David Blau, Mitch Trubisky, and even I think one year there was like a backup mixed in there. Trubisky's backup.
Yeah,
but the Lions and the Bears is now like must see TV. I think
points.
I do think so. And the total was I thought maybe a little lower than and it almost was fishy to me. I was like I should jump on this over, but I think they're probably undervaluing the Lions because they haven't scored as much lately. But nobody pressuring Jared Goff. That O-line can do as it pleases.
Miami Cleveland probably qualifies as
that's going to be a really good game.
Low key, sneaky,
It'll be a
fun
good game. Okay.
Contrast and styles.
Okay. And who's on upset watch?
Oh my gosh.
Browns off a bye. They'll be able to run the ball on the Dolphins, I'm thinking. And
I love
the Jags.
The dogs. I love all the dogs.
Yeah.
I love these dogs. Minnesota. Seattle, why not?
How do you feel about this? Doug Peterson remembers shit about Andy Reid.
Yep. Perfect.
Sounds like a winning formula.
Here's this. Kansas City sees that it's Jacksonville on the schedule and brings the B-.
And here's the worst thing that happened to fucking Jacksonville was Tennessee. Because Tennessee going up there and
That's
chin-checking those boys.
Yeah.
That is like... And then you come out of that and you're like, we're busting ass this weekend. Hey, I know Doug Peterson. He's a great coach. And all they're going to be ready to play. That's my biggest worry about that. If you're
Jacksonville catching 9.5 points.
Yeah, catching
right now.
9.5.
In love with Pittsburgh. It's between 1 and 2 points. They're a dog at home against New Orleans. I think they win that outright.
Okay, and before we get to politics, I want to get serious for a second. What the fuck are the Washington Commanders doing? That was like the worst non sequitur in the history of sports statements, dude. I mean, you're using a guy who just got shot as a human shield, quite literally, for your bad press. It looks like Dan Snyder wrote this statement.
I had to read it 11 times. It was wild, and the payoff today is that the AG has filed a civil lawsuit against the Commanders owner, Dan Snyder, for allegedly colluding to deceive fans and district residents about the league's investigation into the team's toxic workplace culture and allegations of sexual assault in an effort to maintain a strong fan base to increase profits. But yeah, the headline
it's a civil
is
case, right?
It's a civil case. And it's, hey, but our running back got shot a few weeks ago.
Unbelievable. And like it had a Fox News spin on it. They were like rampant gun violence, but sexual harassment.
Out of control, yeah.
They were like, they made Brian Robinson Brett Favre to their Ime Udoka.
Nice.
Remember that whole thing?
Wow,
a month ago, which feels like 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, we can't talk about Ime Udoka right now because Brett Favre's out there not getting talked about. Meanwhile, Brett Favre's getting talked about plenty. You know, we're trying to stop the gun violence. That's what we're doing.
But
we also would like to stop sexual harassment and theft.
My guy who pinned this is also aware that going against Dan Snyder is publicly is a win.
Yeah.
And then he accused the AG of trying to get brownie points from the people of bringing some suit against Dan Snyder.
Yeah. Also, spokesman.
Problematic.
Yikes. I mean, on top of the whole thing.
Spokesperson.
They can't get out of their own fucking way in Washington. So, Robinson's agent, Ryan Williams, not happy with it. Really bad statement. You know, it's bad when people are maybe what they're doing, honestly, and this is kind of genius if so, in a bad way, is that they're trying to distract people from what happened today with how awful this statement was. Let's put out a statement that's so fucking bad that people are going to talk about the statement through the charges. Even in the statement, they were like, we were with the Attorney General Monday, and they didn't warn us that they were going to file charges. Like, it's just the most whiny, rich guy bullshit ever. And it also goes to show that when a tyrant is running your organization, like, there is no floor. This fucking thing's going to sell for what, $5.5 billion?
What was posted was 2 paragraphs. I'll read you the first. Less than 3 months ago, a 23-year-old player on our team was shot multiple times in broad daylight. Despite the out-of-control violent crime in D.C., today the Washington Commanders learned for the first time on Twitter that the D.C. Attorney General will be holding a press conference to make a major announcement related to the organization tomorrow. Like, man, one doesn't go with the other.
That's crazy.
Textbook non sequitur.
Crazy.
By our guy.
So it just gets worse and worse.
And quickly before we go to this lovely politic discussion we have.
Decision 2022.
Green light.
Talking politics.
What does that Washington's response last night? What does that do to the locker room? Do you think? Like in already?
Man, those guys are doing a great job of putting their heads down and playing, because there is a lot going on, and they're not playing like it. And Ron Rivera is doing a great job. You know, minus the Carson press conference. I mean, they were a player or two away from winning that ball game last week. I know that's not what he wants to hear, but like,
I've been 5-4,
and they were off to a bad start. They had the wrong guy under center. I mean, like, you know, Heineke's just, sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And there have been periods over the last couple of years with them that it was not broken with this cat.
Washington plus 11 at Philly.
I'm just gonna say I should have gave him out, dude. Can I go back and give Washington out? No, honestly, it's too big of a line. It's too big of a line.
Yep.
These big lines have not been covering. I've been jumping on them thinking I need to have balls, right? Yeah, I need to bet the Eagles 13.5, 13, whatever it was, dog fight in Houston. Okay, I need to bet the Bills. They're going to cover against the Packers. I didn't do that, but I know some friends that did. The Bills didn't cover. Okay, this weekend I bet, I had the Buffalo live line. They were 12-point favorites. They lost that game. Oh, Kansas City, big line. Titans covering. So, like right now, it's time to bet the big double-digit doggies. Now, I'm saying that out of respect for the commies' floor. It is really high.
Yeah.
And I think they'll play them tough. But the Eagles are going to win this damn game.
Well, they're just so complete. Could be 31-13.
27-17. Right on the total or whatever.
That was the Bills-Packers score.
Yeah.
27-17.
Oh.
Talking sports.
Let's talk some politics.
We need a sounder. Insert sounder here.
Dun, 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 dun.
Green Light Pod, Decision 2022.
We're going to get political. Real political.
We're going to get all political on your asses.
I haven't turned it off yet. You're going to turn it off, Snowflake? Because you don't want politics and sports mixing? Well, you're a coward because we're about to. I'm like Wolf Blitzer in this motherfucker. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Anderson Cooper in this bitch.
This is like a debate.
Yeah.
This is like a presidential debate. Yeah. What if we were debating?
That's what we should have done.
We should fucking
damn it.
Ask us a question.
And who goes first?
All right, Macon, you can go first.
How much time do I have?
You have 30 seconds. Chris, you have 30 seconds to respond.
And then I get to respond to the next one?
Yeah, we'll invert it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a great quality to try to control everything. What would you do to fix the education system in this country?
Single payer health care. Next. It's my time up.
Moderator, do you recognize that candidate Long jumped in front of my answer there?
Can't take the heat. Get out the kitchen, man.
Yeah.
I believe it's my time.
Jumping in front of something. You can't jump in front of anything. I saw your combine results from 2020.
Sir, I have not seen.
What was his vertical?
Sir.
What's your vertical?
I have not.
Do you want to talk about verticals in the housing market? Let's talk about your vertical.
I've not seeded the floor. I guess I would ask you, what do you mean educational problems? We got problems?
Next question,
Next.
Please.
What would you do for water insecurity?
Water insecurity? I would tell. You want to talk about water insecurity? Well, first off, no showers.
Okay.
Okay, and I get to respond to that?
Yeah.
Water insecurity.
No showers. I rest my case.
Water
Next
insecurity is an issue that we need to tackle head on. It needs to be at the top.
Okay,
And
next.
that's time.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't care about water.
Mr. Gunner, what would you do about nuclear disarmament?
I have a water charity. What the fuck? He's a real estate agent.
I wear the hats. I wear the hats every damn day. I just asked for a blue or a gray one. You don't have any more hats.
If I'm president, you'll all get hats.
President? We're running for president?
You're right, aren't we?
Of the podcast still, or is this the country?
Unclear.
Okay. What was the question?
Everybody's going to have a job. We'll be making millions of Waterboys hats, and you'll all have jobs printing your own Waterboys hats.
No.
Unemployment down.
No. Fewer
Free
jobs.
merch up.
Fewer jobs. Who wants to work? Unemployment up. Inflation down. Interest rates down. Mortgage rates down. Unemployment up.
What would you guys do to stop inflation, Mr. Long?
Inflation. I'll tell you what I'd do. You go to a moneyless society.
Macon?
I couldn't tell you what inflation is if my life depended on it.
Honestly, it's
So-
not even real.
Let's go back to a few years ago. No, not that many years ago, though. Let's go back to like a
Agrarian society.
decade ago. Do whatever we were doing
No,
then.
I was going to go back to like long time ago.
Like 1920s England?
No, like a long time ago, like when people were just farmers. It was like post hunter gatherers. We're gonna go back to where everybody just.
Oh,
was,
Mr. Jefferson. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
before
yeah.
slaves. Before slaves.
Everything with you is slaves.
Well, with Jefferson, a lot of it was. It seems like most of the people living at Thomas Jefferson's house were slaves.
And let's just say, on a serious note, slavery being on the ballot in 5 states, I believe it was voted against in all 5, which is good.
That's good. Big win for democracy.
Yep, 2022.
All right, last question before we hear about some election results. What would you do to stop the rising tide of China in the South Asian Sea, with specific regards to our longtime ally, Taiwan?
Now we're talking.
Is this for me or him?
Which one of you wants to be president more?
Me,
I do.
clearly.
He said it first.
Okay. Thank you. That's a good way of doing it. You know what we're going to do? We're going to make more stuff in Taiwan. We're going to support Taiwan. We're going to make as much stuff in Taiwan as possible. We're not making any stuff in China anymore. You will no longer read Made in China on Statue of Liberty globes that you can buy at the Hudson News store. Those will be made in Taiwan from now on.
Nice. Mr. Gunner?
Can you repeat the question?
Verbatim?
Yeah.
No, do not. No. Well, this guy's got memory problems. A lot of my enemies have attacked me for possibly having CTE. I'm looking at you, though. You might have memory problems. Why does he need to repeat the question? Might have hearing problems. That's not going to be good.
Are you high right now, Macon?
No, but I'm often asked that, and I never am.
I'm never am. It's 2024. For fuck's sake, people, wake up. The man is on drugs.
I'm not on drugs. I'm not on drugs. I wouldn't be ashamed to be on drugs. People say I'm high. People say I'm gay. Wouldn't be ashamed to be either. But I'm neither.
Do people say that?
Well,
Yeah, they do.
what do you mean they do? Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
Hey,
at all.
You want to be president? Be my fucking guest.
Yeah,
all
I
right?
do.
You win.
Shit. Who's my shit. Oh, Clay Davis. Who's my vice president? Reed, you're up, buddy. I just had
BP?
just had a fucking, I don't know, a brain aneurysm.
Ooh.
You're president. What?
John Fetterman.
No, that was a stroke. Same thing.
Well,
I avoided stroke and I thought I had cleared the landmine. No.
I don't know.
You seem to not know a lot for wanting to be president.
I don't want to be president.
Yes.
I just
And
withdrew.
Hey, and I'm a fucking big John Fetterman fan.
Oh, no bigger John Fetterman fan than me, pal.
So I'm running on that. I didn't want Dr. Oz making any fucking decisions in this country.
Rather have a guy wearing and one shorts.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Guy that wears and one shorts, he's gonna take good care of the budget because and one's not making shorts anymore. Those are from the early 2000s. Guys rocking the same shorts.
And he wants the hoop and the harm.
Fetterman hasn't changed. Dr. Oz, on the other hand.
Macon, you were trying to conduct some type of green light election earlier?
Trying to? Did.
Yeah,
Succeeded.
it's like his power rankings. He comes in here with a bunch of paper. Oh, you want to elect him president?
everybody-
How many trees have you killed this week passing out fucking paper?
And everybody stopped everything they were doing to vote in this election. It was a massive success once we got down to ranked choice voting because there was a 4 or 5 way tie the first way we tried to do it. So there was a pool of 8 people to elect the president and vice president of the podcast. What does that mean, you ask? Well, we don't really know.
I don't know what it means. I kind of imagined if they were running a real country.
Okay. But as far as actual new assumed roles at the podcast, probably none. It's probably more of a symbolic title.
Symbolic as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the candidates were Bo Allen, Dr. Fax, Cowboy Reed, Chris Long, Kingston, Kyle Long, producer Scott, a.k.a. Corporate Greg, and me, Macon. All right? So
All right.
what we have here is a tie. So we were going to do most number of points is our new president.
Yep.
Second most is our vice president.
Yep.
Those were the 2 positions we were trying to fill.
We have a tie.
We have a tie.
Can I tell you something, Scott? I want to get this out in the open. I voted you last because it's more of a Jeff Saturday thing. You know, like you can't fucking be Jeff Saturday. You can't come in here and be president the first day. I'm sorry. Like not if we started a country.
I mean, I understand that if we're being transparent now, if that's what we're doing.
Yes.
I
It
put
is a secret ballot if you want it to
No,
be
that's
a
fine.
secret.
I have no problem giving reasons and context for the way that I voted.
Okay.
I put both of you two actually last because I don't think you want it.
No, we don't want to be.
because-
I actually
here at the studio today.
put Cowboy Reed last because he's just too damn nice.
Yeah.
It's too nice.
And I think that everybody
Golly,
that is
China-
not a knock on Cowboy Reed by any means. It's just I think there would be too much goodwill.
China
So-
would have
And
all our
sometimes you
stuff.
need to carry a big stick.
I now know which ballot was yours,
Who?
Scott's.
Scott's, yeah.
Would you like to say anything about the person you voted for president?
No.
Scott voted for himself.
This is a silent ballot, is it not?
Scott voted for himself
He
for
voted
president.
for himself.
Oh, that's good.
Can you
But
blame
that's
him?
what you want out of a
Someone's got to
president.
bring order to this place.
No, on it.
Okay.
No, okay.
He voted Dr. Fax for vice president.
No, it's true, Scott. You know, it's good quality in a president is wanting to be president, which is also in reality, like the terrifying thing about anybody that becomes president is how fucking hard you have to try to become president.
Mm-hmm.
And why would anybody try that hard to become that?
Right.
So like just getting there means you're a fucking psycho.
And there's an announcement coming up on Greenlight Pod for you to stay tuned to. I voted. I'll share who I voted for. I voted Cowboy Reed for president,
I figured.
and I voted you, Chris Long, for vice president. Those
Okay.
are my top two
Did
selections.
you just want to see him boss me around?
No. I think you're both great. I think you're both great leaders. Okay.
He would treat me like
Chris,
Mike Pence.
Chris,
Cowboy would treat
can you
me
take out the
like
trash?
Mike
I'm sorry.
Pence. I don't even know if he can hear us.
I think he can, but he seems very focused on whatever he's doing. What are some things he likes? Hammocks.
Oh yeah, he's definitely looking
Skiing.
at trekking poles.
Hey, trails. I see some trails out there.
I think he's actually probably working.
Yep.
Hey, Nutri-Grain bar.
Hey, come on.
Okay, all right.
Trail mix.
Hey, Cowboy, about to give the results.
He's getting
No, I
up.
was uploading the Steve show.
Oh, could you
Oh
hear?
God, I hope people like it.
Could you hear what we were saying?
I hope people like it.
Oh, you said hammocks and ski poles?
yeah,
yeah,
we're
there
trying
we
to
go,
get
there we
you
go,
all
yeah,
bars.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So, how would you like for me to unveil this? Do you want to know the two people who are tied for these two positions?
For president and vice
These
president.
will be our two elected officials. We
Let-
just need to determine in real time who's president and who's vice president.
Let me guess. Can I
Okay.
guess? It's
Sure.
Bowen, and Reed.
That is not right.
Oh man.
The two people elected to Greenlight Pod Powers of Authority are Kyle Long and Matt Kingston.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Is that legal for them to be romantically involved?
We're gonna have so much fun.
I mean, that's a wild result.
I like it. We got a strong Department of Defense. Nobody's.
But we now need to determine who's president and who's vice president. So how do we do that?
I think.
I am resigning and giving it to Kyle.
Okay.
I think Kyle's president.
I accept that.
Now you don't want to call Kyle trying to get him to do interviews for CBS. That's what they'll do. It's the new cyber warfare. Is other countries you just call and request Kyle for interviews. He was in a tizzy the other day.
No, Cowboy Reed did very poorly
Reed did poorly.
because of a last place vote from Scott and from himself. He voted himself last. So I guess he wants to
He doesn't want to
maybe
be
get a little more
here.
free time
little
in the
space.
schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Can I
congratulations.
see my ballot? Because I was thinking about these people, and I was kind of imagining what our country would be like if they were elected. I had Reed, Canada.
Oh,
You
rank
say-
them too. Where were you?
Oh, my ranking. Okay, number one, I had Dr. Fax. Because we'll
Smart.
probably die first this way. And that would be, and we would have a fuck ton of fun,
Yeah.
We'll be living, dude, with Dr. Fax as president until we die. Okay, second, I had Bo. I don't know. Fuck. He
How most of America votes. Yeah.
seems pretty mentally stable and strong, you know?
It's
Yeah.
kind of like an HR job. Yeah.
Yeah. Reed, I had third.
Ah,
He'd be Canada. We'd be Canada because he's always saying sorry. So,
if he had
and
just
then
voted himself second, he would be president of Greenlight Pod right now.
fuck you, Reed. Unbelievable.
Well, I think president would be a little much for me.
No, Reed. You would be a great president. Number 4, I had Kyle, and I have in parentheses Russia. I just feel like that's how our country. So if you guys want to live in Russia, we're going to be living in Russia. And I don't mean that in the bad way. I mean like all the really bad stuff.
He kind of
You're
looks Russian.
just the chaos. But strength.
Mm-hmm.
We would be strong.
Mother Russia.
We would be strong.
We will be strong. I'm just trying to do an impression of you at this point.
Okay. 5, Kingston. Sorry, Kingston. You would have been higher, but I have cocaine. Joking. Inside joke. He used a lot of Afrin. So there's
George
a run-
W. Bush used cocaine. Didn't stop him.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, we'll see if he makes the ranking of hottest
Okay.
presidents.
And then I have Macon. You were 7, and I have North Korea. And because we definitely wouldn't spend any money on anything.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
Yeah.
we'd be trying to have food,
Right.
no food, no information from the outside,
Yeah.
no happiness. But although you brought the happiness today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Scott, I have 8. Does he think he's Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
I was 6.
You voted yourself 6.
Yup, I did, but not interested.
Well, that's something. Congrats to Kyle.
Congrats, Kyle. We're living in Russia.
Why do I have 3 numbers for Kyle in my phone?
Exactly. Okay, there you go.
Is that a bad sign?
That's a bad sign for a president,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's some shady stuff.
No, it also just means you lose your phone a lot. Oh, I lost the budget.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to
that would
FaceTime
give-
him right now and
I
tell him the
lost
good
the
news.
nuclear codes and shit.
Awesome. We have a hot president.
Hot president. That's good.
What could Kyle be doing at 3:30 on a Thursday afternoon?
Playing video games, just a guess. No, he might be coaching football. That's another thing. What's he doing ever? You know?
I don't like a president I can't get a hold of.
I'm telling you, man. You want to look into Bo. He's going to be back on the ticket next year.
Right. Every year? Is that how we do it? Is that how elections work?
Every 2 years, depending.
Depends on the election.
Yeah.
But every year there's some sort of
Fucking
election going on
yeah, that's
somewhere.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are 1-year terms.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take the vice presidency very seriously.
Oh my God.
Okay. Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks, mate.
Are you gonna make any changes or?
Who did you vote for?
Yeah, that's what I want to know too.
Sure.
Who'd you vote for?
Cowboy Reed 1, you 2.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. You can read it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not ashamed.
Macon 3.
Yeah. I did vote
Okay.
for my-
Kyle 4. Scott 5. Kingston 6.
How did I win?
Bo 7. And Fax 8.
Kingston, you got 1 first place vote, 1 second place vote, and then you got 2 4s and a 3.
Not hated.
Oh,
Works.
you didn't read my right end. I was trying to go for diversity a little bit here.
Anita Bath.
You do?
I would love a bath.
This-
You know how long it's been since I had a bath? 28 years.
Against the water policy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You're kind
I'm
of
not
coming full
wasting
circle.
water.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be electable after all. Okay.
Water boy, more like.
Dry boy. All right. Dry ass boy. Hey, Kingston, you were talking about hot presidents.
Come over, take a tub. We had the same water in that tub for 3 years now.
Okay.
All we got to do is warm it
Oh,
up.
guy has a hot tub. He
Yeah.
has a hot tub. How wasteful is that?
I have a hot tub. I don't do anything with it. Just water sits there. If we lifted the top, there'd probably be snakes and frogs and algae.
Just saying.
What's algae?
It's
Nobody
I think it's
knows.
edible. I think people are eating it.
Water charity. You have no idea what algae is. It's unbelievable. Yikes.
Yeah.
All right, Max, you want to tell us your list of the hottest presidents in U.S. history?
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how this plays. Number 1,
Yeah.
John Kennedy, really hot. Not only in the face but also in the body. Great hair,
Okay.
amazing hair.
All right, cool.
Look at that smile, a great smile, trustworthy. Yeah,
John F. Kennedy, overrated.
bullshit.
John F. Kennedy overrated. There's 17 people that look like John F. Kennedy at every fucking bar in Charlottesville.
That could be a good call.
So I mean,
But there are only 46 of these presidents.
no, I got you.
He's the hottest.
Okay, I don't know.
But his floor is so high. Like you're never like, oh, yikes.
John F. Kennedy height. No offense to short kings. 6'1".
6'1".
6'1".
He's got the big mop on top. He was tight on the sides well before his time. Perhaps it's just coming back. Hot guy. Okay. Number 2, Barack Obama. His face is very taut, in shape, taut face, $1 million smile. He's athletic. Killer hairline to this day. Yeah, people say his age. He's aged great. Looks great. Looks great with the salt and the pepper. Number 3, Ulysses S. Grant.
Thought he might make the list.
Rugged cat, handsome, good beard, good hair again. And I don't think he's putting a lot of time into this. He just rolls out of bed like this is the sense I'm getting. You know? And he'll kill you. He'll kill you.
Opium?
4, Woodrow Wilson. Now look at this guy. You can set your watch to this guy's face. I don't know what that means, but he's got a nice long...
You think Woodrow Wilson is one of the top? I don't know, man. I didn't spend last night looking at these jokers, but Woodrow Wilson?
Yeah, I had a catalog of Woodrow Wilsons going on. Had a bit of a Woodrow Wilson myself, looking up pictures of Woodrow Wilson. Right. You know what I'm saying? No, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I'm looking at him.
Look at this guy. Hey,
Woodrow Wilson's ugly.
Yo, look at my screen right now. Pimp, look at that guy.
Guy looks like a cop.
He doesn't look like a cop.
You have a cop fetish?
Matt, can I get some backup on Woodrow Wilson?
I think young Woodrow Wilson was decidedly hot.
Thank you.
Look at him throw this baseball.
He's throwing a discus around. I'm not seeing it, guys.
5,
this isn't
Thomas Jefferson.
Jesus, I knew he would.
He's got a great looking face. A redhead. He's got a distinctive nose.
He's got wooden teeth?
Yeah, he's got wooden teeth.
Nobody from before 1900 should be on this list, dude.
No, look bottom right there. That's just a pretty man. 6, Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Proof's in the pudding, you know? Bill did numbers, as we all know. He's got a great head of hair there. Always go back to the hair. Have a bit of a complex about the hair.
Yeah.
Face is symmetrical as the day is long. And, got a little bit of a Bill Walton thing going in his younger years. Handsome guy.
Yeah, he's, oh, no.
Ronald Reagan. Number 7.
Are you doing 10 of these?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, wait, where's 5, dude? Are you doing 10? Okay.
Now, this Reagan cat was some sort of movie star.
Look at him eating a sandwich.
Look at him in his underwear.
Looks ugly eating that sandwich, though.
No. Look at that. Just scroll with reckless abandon.
But he's 7?
Yeah.
You got him behind Woodrow Wilson?
Yeah. Number 8, Teddy Roosevelt. Now, Teddy Roosevelt had this mustache going on. Is Teddy Roosevelt ugly?
No,
buddy, we are deep in the draft here. This is not a great quarterback year.
Well, I'm ending with 2 bangers.
Mm-hmm.
9, Rutherford B. Hayes. Look at this cat. Look at that guy.
Smooth
Eyes
show.
that could kill. Look at that, Chris. Look at this shit.
Yeah, no.
Say something about that guy.
I mean,
He looks. Hey, scroll up, Matt. Looks like damn Drew Brees.
he does
Look at
look. So Drew Brees is a dime piece now?
I got 46 options here.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Number 10.
If you leave Franklin Pierce off this list.
No, Franklin Pierce, yeah, he comes up on these lists, but Franklin Pierce is also receiving votes. Number 10 is George W. Bush.
Come on, man.
What are you talking about? Come on, man. Nice smile.
Yeah.
He always has his mouth a little agape, but you can't see his teeth. That's a cool look.
That's right. It's a good list, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
It's a good
Thank you.
list.
Thank you.
Let's stick with politics. You guys got any ads?
It's a good list.
I appreciate that.
Hey.
Thank you. Yeah, hey. I got a bit of a cold hand. I want to apologize for that.
Yeah, political ads?
Yeah. Just with other podcasts.
Yeah, okay. So here's what we did. We're doing a little ad men. Little ad men here. It's been a little too long since we've done ad men.
Yeah.
And 3
4
weeks.
days.
That's good. You know, it kind of speaks to the amount of topics that there are in a
Yeah.
week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so political ads. What do they call them? Attack ads.
Yeah, attack ads.
You know, fucking if Ryan Russillo is running for president. What would we do if we were running for president?
Or, Ryan Russillo is just running for the for the top of those charts. We're coming for that ass, as they say.
Ryan Russillo. Ryan Russillo wants more open borders, not less. Illegal Italian podcasters sleeping on your couch. That's Ryan Russillo's America. Ryan Russillo is from West Tisbury, New Hampshire. 96% white. This message is paid for. I don't know whoever the fuck pays for these things, but
Ryan Russillo tells you he reads books. Ryan Russillo listens to these audiobooks while lifting weights before not returning home to his family. A man you can trust? Not I. Prison. Paid for by Greenlight Pod Pack.
he's never getting elected.
Dan Katz, father of two. He doesn't even know the name of his daughter. PFT commenter, that's not a name. He's taking losing his hair way too in stride.
Old Man in the Three. This one goes, I bought like 60 seconds for this one. Because we have a lot of fucking money, dude.
Yeah.
People are just, our super PAC is loaded.
Yep.
You know? Okay, Old Man in the Three. JJ Redick, media mogul, NBA sharpshooter. But what's he hiding with all those religious tattoos?
Epidermis.
This is from Body Art Guru. Redick has a song lyric inked on his left forearm which says, "Single book of matches, gonna burn what's standing in my way." The lyrics belong to the Kings of Leon song Pyro. However, this lyric was covered up by the new sleeve tattoo. He said that at least part of the reason he got the sleeve tattoo was that he no longer was a fan of the Kings of Leon lyric tattoo.
This guy makes bad decisions. Can't trust a guy who makes bad decisions.
Hold on. JJ Redick will burn this country down.
You somebody. Yeah, you, America.
Tommy Alter is a fucking liar. Paid for by the Greenlight Super PAC.
JJ Redick's wife's name?
Okay.
Chelsea Kilgore.
Sounds-
Al Gore. Need I say more?
Goddamn, that sucked.
What? Oh, that was my best stuff.
That was the best.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Busting with the boys. You ready?
yeah.
Year 10, Will Compton doesn't keep his promises. Will Compton can't move the people on the issues, and he can't move that fucking bus because it has no engine. It's empty, like his promises. Paid for by the Greenlight Super PAC.
Really good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mina Kimes. Mina's great, you know?
Yeah.
Vote for Mina.
Yep. New Heights podcast. All right, so I'm kind of back in my admin. This is like me, the producer.
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey kicks a trash can. B-roll. Travis Kelsey throws a helmet on Sunday Night Football. Don't blame him.
Rage.
Malik Willis, for fuck's sake. Jason and Travis Kelsey kick and throw our country. Just like they do with other objects. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They'll do to our country. New heights. More like new lows. Paid for by the Greenlight Super PAC.
That's good. That's great.
Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.